All right, guys, welcome to our Spring into Fitness 21-day challenge group. This is our kickoff call, and myself, Beth, Vanessa, and Lisa team up and run these challenges together. And we always love to get together and just do a quick kickoff call to kind of show you guys the ins and the outs of the challenge. Make sure you don't have any questions so you're ready to hit the ground running tomorrow. So welcome to the call, guys. We're glad for those of you who can make it that you guys can make it live. So a few things that I just want to remind you guys about is taking your before and after measurements. So I know sometimes this can be something that people don't like to do. It can be one of those things like, I don't really want to know where I'm at. But remember, those results that you track, you can measure. So you have to be able to track where you're at so you can see where you've gone. So even if you, when you guys click on the link in Vimify, so we have it in the prep tasks, which I'll show you guys in a second, in the guides. It's in a few sections where you can find that link. It is confidential, so it won't be publicized to anyone. Only the coaches can see the results in there. And when you send your coach your before and after picture, again, that's just for our own eyes. If it's something you're not comfortable with sending your coach a picture, then you can just keep it yourself and not send it. But we definitely recommend taking a picture, because you guys know, I mean, I know this just from like all these groups I've done, but when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're the most judgmental of how you look, number one. And number two, a lot of times you don't see the changes in your own eyes until you see a picture side by side of where you are, even if it's a small change. Those are the things that motivate you. And that's why we like to do these 3-week challenges, because just in 3 weeks, creating these new habits and seeing how celebrating these small milestones is really fun to see, when you can just see like just little changes in yourself. So we definitely recommend that everyone takes those pictures. So if you have in your measurements and weight. So if you haven't done that this morning, you want to do it first thing tomorrow morning. So morning upon waking up, before you eat anything, right after you go to the bathroom, is the best time to get your true weight. Because if you weigh yourself at the end of the day, and the water that sits in your stomach will have an effect on how much you weigh. So that's the best time to do your measurements. And then you just want to do them the same time when you remeasure next time. Our challenge ends on a Sunday, so I always recommend doing it the following Monday morning, so you get the full 21 days in to do your after measurements. So we're going to be awarding 2 prizes, which I'm going to go through in a second when I screen share with Vimify. And so let's go ahead really quick, and I'm going to share my screen. And I'm just going to show you some of the basics with Vimify. If you guys have been playing with it, I know some of you have been in some of our other groups before, so you're probably familiar with it. But just to show you where to find some of the important things in the group here. So I'm showing you from my desktop. You guys can access this challenge from your desktop or from your computer. I'm sorry if I keep like rubbing my nose. I think I'm getting allergies. I just started like spring is in the air. I need to like start taking my allergy medicine. Been like itching, so my nose is driving me crazy. Okay, so here's what the group looks like. So the important places to know are the tasks and the guide section. So this is similar to Facebook. So this is going to be like the news feed. You can scroll through, you can see like Molly's post here, you can heart it to like it, you can click here to comment on stuff. And when you want to, tag someone, you type the @ sign, and I could start typing in Molly's name. There she is, and I can select it. So then she gets notified when I tag her. So that's a great way if you have a question and you want to ask your coach, is to start typing, @ sign and start typing in their name. So then we'll get notified if you're specifically asking us a question. So this is just the feed to go through. Right at the top here, you'll see underneath the Spring into Fitness, you'll see the guide section. You can also get to the guides in the prep tasks. There's a few places to find the guide section. So underneath the tasks here, the daily tasks, here's the guides as well. So before I go through the guides, let me just show you the prep tasks. So as you can see, I've gone through and started checking them off. So you'll kind of, what we love about this app is as you go through it, it's going to check stuff off for you. So just go through here and read through all the prep tasks. There's a meal plan in here. And one of the cool, fun things that Beth is going to go over is we have a Facebook group that we want to make sure everyone is a part of. It's a private group where we're going to be doing some live videos, and I'll have Beth go through that a little bit later. But I just wanted to show you guys, here's this, we put the schedule up, and it tells you about what we're going to be doing in the group there. That's one of the new features we have this round. The guide section is very useful. You'll always be able to go back to it. And this is where you have the meal plan, you have ideas for healthy salads, Shakeology tips, measurements, how to take your measurements, how to take your before pictures. if you guys are following a Beachbody program, the great thing about taking your before and afters and your measurements and doing it the way that it's recommended in this app is if you want to apply for what's called the Beachbody Challenge, even if you lose like 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever it is, when you follow a program, say like you're following the 21-day fix and you start at the beginning and the end, you can send in your before and after measurements to what's called the Beachbody Challenge. And they ask for like a little story, a little write-up, and you get a free shirt, and you also get a chance to earn some money. So at the end of every challenge, when I do it, like I'm following 80-day obsession, I'm going to send in my before and afters. I do it with every program that I follow because you get free swag, and then you never know, you can win a prize because they look for different, it's not all about weight. They look for, the story kind of behind it. And, maybe you got more of an emotional transformation. So they're always looking for people to award anywhere from $100 to $10,000. So it's kind of like entering the lottery, for losing some weight. You never know. So, and then if you win, your coach also gets a little bit of a kickback too. So it's a win-win for you and your coach for helping you work so hard. So that's a fun thing to do. And that's why it's important to take your measurements. Right here, the useful resources and prizes. Now, this is something that you're probably going to come to a lot because there's really useful links in here that are kind of spread out through the app that might be hard to find. So under the printable guide, so if you're like, Beachbody On Demand, it'll take you right there. We have that link there. It's just beachbodyondemand.com. We have the Fixate tracker and food log. So this is, if those of you, a lot of you are following the color-coded containers, the portion fix, I've created a doc on here that makes it really easy to track. So you can write out how many containers you have at the top here, and then you can plan out your meals. So with this program, you want to make sure you're planning out your meals to really make sure you're getting them all in. So you can write out what you have for breakfast, and then in meal one, you can write down, kind of, tick off how many containers were in each meal. So this makes it easier to track. So it's there if you guys want to use it. Google form to do your measurement links, that's in a few places. And then the challenge prizes. So for this challenge, we're going to be awarding 2 prizes, one for most inspirational. So what we do is we look for people that, and this is just a fun to kind of get you guys inspired. Some people are like, yeah, I'm cool with the prizes. Some people get really inspired to try to win a prize. So we have them there for anyone that wants to try to be the most inspirational, where we kind of vote at the end, where we look that in Vimeo, or in this app, you can actually accumulate points. So there's a leaderboard. So every time you check in, you earn a certain amount of points for everything you check in on. And so we look at that, the leaderboard, but then we also look to see who has been commenting, posting, liking other people's posts, inspiring the group. So it's not always the highest point earner that wins. We kind of vote between that, and then other things are into consideration. The other prize that we're going to award is Best Transformation. So we take an average of weight and inches lost. So if you guys ever watched The Biggest Loser, like what they do on The Biggest Loser, like that show that used to be on with Jillian Michaels and Bob Harper, is it's not, to make it fair, it's not based upon just how much weight you lose. We take an average. So we have a sheet that calculates the average weight in inches. So even if you've lost less weight, but you've lost more inches or vice versa, it's kind of even playing field. So we look at that. So you have to make sure that you submit your before and afters if you want to get a prize for Best Transformation. So this round, we're going to be giving away the Fixate cookbook, baseball cap, or a 10-pack of Energize. So there's some fun prizes that you can choose between. The Fixate cookbook has a lot of great recipes in there. So that's what you can win. So does anyone have any questions on Vimify? Is there anywhere you guys are getting stuck on that you need help with? Everyone is muted. So if you want to just unmute yourself, if anyone has a question, feel free to ask. If there's something like, man, I just couldn't find this, it's pretty easy to use. Okay, we're good. Awesome.
Actually, I wanted to say that when I was doing that first 5-day thing last week, I had issues where it would just completely freeze on me, and I'd have to constantly restart my phone. And then I ended up restarting the app, or twice, uninstalling the app and then reinstalling it. And then for some reason right now it's working.
Yeah, sometimes with apps, that's just a trick. It's sometimes you just have to uninstall and reinstall with an app. Or you can always go on to like the desktop version of it. But I'm glad it's working for you better now, Molly, because that would be my advice, would be to uninstall and reinstall. If it's like freezing on you, it might have just been installed like wrong with some bugs or something like that. So I'm glad it's working for you now. Cool. All right. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, so we covered the app. Let's see, Beachbody On Demand. Let me just share my screen with you real quick here. And I know most of you guys have been on BOD. We call it BOD for short. It's actually, the interface has changed a little bit. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they've just recently updated it. What I like about it is every time you work out, it puts a little check mark. It's a little check mark right here if you worked out on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it has those little checks on there. So all the programs are here. So it'll bring up your recently watched. And then you can always click here to see all the workout programs. So the goal is to either pick a program that you're going to follow over the 21 days. So if you're not sure, you can talk to your coach to find one. It doesn't have to be a workout program that's 21 days long. Like, for example, I have some people that are doing 80-day obsession. Whatever day they're on, they're just going to use this group to be accountable with. It doesn't have to be a 21-day challenge or a 21-day program that you're doing. And maybe you worked with your coach to do like a hybrid calendar, meaning maybe you're going to do some of the workouts. Maybe you do your own workout on your own. You go to a gym, you take a class, totally fine. We just want to make sure that you're on a routine of working out. But if you don't have a set routine, these programs are amazing. So 21 Day Fix is a very popular one. Shift Shop's another 21-day one. You know, there's a bunch in here that you can talk to your coach about to get some advice on, you know, what program to follow. If you've done a lot of these programs before and you're kind of like, I'm not quite sure what to do, there's what's called, let me see if I can find it here, Challenge du Jour. So that's a different challenge that Beachbody just throws up every single day. So if you're like, I don't know what I want to do, I just want to kind of follow a hybrid calendar, this is perfect. If you click on it, every day there'll be a new workout. So today was day 2 of cardio, and that was of clean week. So every day there'll be a new, so you can see they randomly pick different workouts from different programs. So then you can kind of get a little taste test of all the different programs there are. So if you're just kind of like, want to be surprised and see what workout it is for the day, this is a great way to, you know, just get a mix up. Oh, I'm sorry. Today's workout was Sean week, insane week. Yesterday was cardio. So that's just a great option there for you. The other thing to make sure you guys check out if you haven't already is the Fixate Cooking Show. So that is where you can find in here. This is the only program here that's not actually a workout. So there's videos in here that you know, have healthy recipes. And in the program material, this is where you'll find the nutrition guide of the Portion Fix eating plan. So if you got a challenge pack, you got the booklet in the mail, but there's a soft copy of it right here. There's recipes. So this PDF, every single, I want to say, week is updated with a ton of different recipes. So it's a great resource to go, and, you know, healthy desserts. They even have healthy cocktails in here, like appetizers, you know, meals, and it all falls into the color-coded containers. So at the top of each recipe, it'll tell you how many containers the recipe counts towards. So that's kind of cool, because then you can kind of check off how many containers you're eating. So that's another great resource for you there. Any coaches, do you guys have anything else that you wanted to point out with Beachbody On Demand, or anything that I didn't cover on the app? Anything you guys can think of? Okay. Cool. BOD has a lot of stuff in there. So it's just kind of scrolling through. If you guys don't have the app on your phone, the app's really easy to use on your phone. Unless you don't have memory, then your phone won't like it. So it just depends. Sometimes if you're short on memory on your phone. I have a Kindle Fire. So if you have a streaming TV, you can use it. I just got it, and I did my first workout from my new TV with my Kindle Fire. It was so fun. So I didn't have to worry about bringing my laptop out into the garage. It works really well. So it was really fun to be able to actually use the TV for a change rather than always using my computer. You have some different options of how you can stream your workouts. Okay, so I covered just the simple ease of the Vimify Challenge app, Beachbody On Demand, and I'm going to have Lisa take it away with some tips on drinking your Shakeology.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
We can hear you, girl.
Okay, well, Shakeology, first of all, is going to change your life. You're going to have more energy, you're going to feel healthier, better digestion. So when's the best time to drink Shakeology? So you can use Shakeology either as a replacement or as a snack. lot of either breakfast or lunchtime or in the afternoon. If you are going to use it as a meal replacement, you do want to add additional either fruit, peanut butter, almond butter, something to bring it up to more around 400 calories. But it's really important when you're making the shake, and many of you have already tried it, but when you make it, you're making it in a blender, you first want to add the liquid. That's key, or else it will get stuck all over the inside. Then you add the shake mix. I usually love to add like a banana, some almond butter. I usually mix mine with almond milk, but you can use whatever you prefer. Blend that up, put some ice in there. Presto, you're ready to go. So a lot of people that are super busy and running out of the house, this is the best way to get their Shakeology in, is to mix it up before they leave the house. Either drink it while you're driving into work, on the bus, whatever works. Or you could do what I do. I have a blender at work, which I loan out to anybody who likes to make a shake. And at lunch, I usually make my shake. Any questions on that?
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Lisa. And just to piggyback off what Lisa said, you guys all, if you got a challenge pack or you have one of those shaker cups, you can shake it with water or almond milk. Like if you don't have a blender at work like Lisa does, if you just shake it with just a liquid, then that's going to be a snack because it's only going to be about 150 calories if you have it by itself, unless you eat other things with it. So like if you want to have it, like sometimes when I like go to Kathy and Vanessa and my networking group, on Thursdays when I go to our networking group called Bang, I actually have my shake and I shake it with a little bit of chilled coffee and some almond milk. And so that's really like 150 calories. But then I also have a piece of fruit and I have some kind of a carb. Like I make overnight oats. So I'm like literally eating my car on my way to the meeting. But then that way it's actually a full breakfast. Because if I didn't have other stuff with it, I would be starving. If I only shake it, like whenever I go on vacations and I don't have a blender, I shake it and that's a snack. So it's a great way to have a snack if you're just going to have it in between meals. Okay, so if you guys aren't sure like what the caloric intake is of each shake, you just go to Shakeology.com and you can click, there's recipes right at the top, and then you click on your flavor, and then it actually has a bunch of recipes and it tells you how many calories are in each recipe. And as you get to use it more, you'll know. If you add almond milk or whatever type of milk, we always say almond milk because when you add cow's milk to your shake, it can bloat you a lot if you drink too much of the cow's milk. So we like rice milk, almond milk, soy milk, whatever your coconut milk is great too. It doesn't tend to bloat you as much, and it has more calories in it than water. So if you're going to have it for a snack, it's going to be water. If you're going to have it for a meal, you're going to want to put, something thicker in it, like some almond milk or whatever kind of milk you want. Coolio. All right. Moving right along. Okay. I think Beth, you're up for the Facebook group.
Yeah. I just quickly, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Quickly want to say about Shakeology that I want to add, and Katrina can testify, is I think a lot of people forget that there's so many different other flavors, and there's also the vegan. And I know Katrina was having, not to put you on the spot, was having a hard time digesting it and feeling bloated, and it was way too sweet. And so I actually gave her some of my vegan to try, and her exact words were, "This is so much better for her."
Oh, good. So that worked out I was going to ask how the vegan worked out for her.
Yes.
Good.
I think it's still working out for her.
Awesome.
But my mom is actually now doing vegan too as well, because it's just, some people like it. So again, if something's not right, reach out to your coach and they can give you different options and try the different flavors because they're actually all pretty good.
And Beth, can you let them know like what the biggest difference is between the vegan and the regular?
So I do vegan because doing research, which I didn't know, whey actually has is a dairy product.
Yeah, it's a little bit of milk product in it.
Right. So, which I never knew until I started doing research about. Mm-hmm. And I don't do well with dairy or gluten. And so that's why the vegan is a nice option. And I feel like it's just more gentle on your stomach, people who are way more sensitive to dairy. So, right. And I didn't know whey had
Yeah, it does. It has some very like traces of it. Both shakes are gluten free and soy free.
Right.
The biggest difference if you have any lactose sensitivity or really sensitive to milk, because I've had some of my clients that do have lactose sensitivity, but the regular Shakeology doesn't bother them at all. So it just really depends upon your system, you know. They don't add, you know, there's like Beth said, there's traces of a little, like the whey has traces of a little bit of dairy in it, but it's not like there's dairy added to the shake. It's just in that protein. Whey protein is made with that. So it has a little bit of that in it. So that is a great tip if, you know, you feel like something's, you know, not working just right, or it's too sweet, you don't like a different flavor, try some of the vegan, reach out to your coach because they might have some samples for you to try too. Cool.
Okay. Hopefully everyone can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly, Kelly kind of already went over this, but I'm just going to show you guys. So under the prep task, you're going to see Spring into Fitness face group. And this is basically what it looks like. And I think everyone pretty much knows how to use Facebook. There's a link right here that you can click on. I know a couple of my challengers have asked to be added to it. So you just want to click on it and tell your coach to either add you, or you can request to be added. The other important thing you guys want to make sure you do is put it in your favorites so that it's easy to find. And right here up front, as you guys can see, is the Facebook Live schedule. These have been really fun to do, that the coaches and I have been doing, that we come up with ideas that we think will help you guys. As you can tell, I like to talk about food, but there's other cool things that the other coaches talk about. Vanessa's really good about body and foam rolling and stretching and things that I think you don't really always think of, but these live Facebook can really help you guys, and it's good information. But if you can't make it live, it'll always be recorded, so you can come back onto your Facebook page and you can listen to the playback from here. And it's a good place also, if you're going, when we're live, you can ask questions. You can also go back and ask questions. You can go on here anytime and ask questions, and we're all on here and everyone can kind of help each other out. So please use this Facebook page, because it's actually really fun and there's lots of useful tips.
And just to jump in real quick, it is a private group. So if you're in the group, you know, because some people like to keep their stuff confidential on Facebook. So this isn't a public group. That's why when you request access, we have to approve you to be added. If you're one of my challengers, I've already added you. I went through and added everyone on there, so you don't have to worry about it. But if it's a great, really fun group, like what Beth said. Do you guys all know how to add to your favorites, like what Beth said to do? Beth, can you show them how to do that really quick?
I don't know if I can get back. I remember how to do it.
So under that, the more button.
Oh, right.
No, the one above it. Sorry, I didn't see there's two more. Yeah, that one.
Hold on.
Keep going down. Pin to shortcuts. Yep. So when you click on that, see it's right there now on our left-hand side, Spring into Fitness Accountability. It's underneath your shortcuts on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So then it'll be easy to find.
So just make sure you guys are added. You get added into this group. I would check today.
Yeah, because Vanessa's going live tomorrow. 4:30, she's going to be talking about some easy snack prep. Ooh, her favorite grab bags. I got to check that out.
And we will always try to go, like, what is it, Kelly, a day before and try to remind you guys.
Yeah, we usually try to do like a post in Vimify. We'll do a post. The reason why we have to do it in Facebook is because we can't go live in Vimify. So we have to do it here. The videos can be really short in Vimify. So we'll do like, you'll see a coach announcement with an email that'll come to you and say like, hey, don't forget, we're going live. And, you know, whether it's that day or the day before, we'll try to remind you guys that we're going to be going live on what our topic is.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to quickly talk about meal prep. Okay. So this is probably the number one question I get is about meal prepping and food. So I'm just going to quickly go over why meal prepping is so, so important. So what I do is I pick a day. What I tell people to do is pick a day during the week. So for me, it's either Saturday or Sunday, but like if you're gone, you can always pick a Monday or whatever day works for you. Just have it in your head for that week. So what I do is I'll meal prep, like let's say on Saturday or Sunday. So for example, last night I meal prepped because we had a bunch of meats that we had out, and my husband barbecued last night, and he barbecued a bunch of stuff. While he was doing that, I did the veggies, the rice, my sweet potatoes. And actually I will be going live. I don't see, it's on here somewhere. I'm going to show you tips because the main thing is people say it's too time consuming. So I'm going to show you guys how to meal prep and how to do it super quick and have everything going almost at the same time where you're done in like maybe 30 minutes. So the things about meal prep is that it's going to hold you guys more accountable because you're going to have your food stocked in your fridge. And you can pack your lunches for work. So a lot of people say, well, work food, there's a lot of stuff that's tempting, and work, when they bring it in, it's not always healthy. Or if you meal prep and you have it in your fridge, you can pack your lunch at night or in the morning, and there you have all your snacks and at least your lunch to get you through the day. And when you come home and you're tired, like I always know I have my protein, I'll have my veggie and my carb already in the fridge. So I'm not grabbing things when I'm super hungry. That's not healthy. So my husband also has to pack a lunch, and I have to pack a lunch for my son. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but if you have all the food made, you can just open the fridge and you start throwing stuff in containers and you're done. So, and also on Amazon, get the meal container preps because those are a game changer too. So like I said, is I always pick my proteins for the week, my veggies, and my carbs. So I did my grilled chicken last night, which the dressing I showed you guys on the Facebook Live, I poured that on my chicken and I was done. I have all my veggies mostly made, and I have my brown rice and my sweet potatoes that I did. And once I run out of my chicken, I will do either ground turkey Wednesday or Thursday, or I'll do my crock pot chicken that I'll have for the week. So also another thing that's helped me is to know your dinners for the week. And again, if you're meal prepping on Saturday, Sunday, you're kind of forced to know what your dinners are. The more time you spend having to stop to go in a grocery store, the more temptations you're going to have. Especially if I find myself having to go to the store on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, and I'm in there and I'm starving, I start throwing stuff in my cart, and then I'm mad at myself, because I didn't need to do that. So try to get your grocery shopping done before, so that you're not going back and forth all week. Plus, it'll save you guys a ton of money too. Now, for people who are just starting, I know it's hard for me to say it's easy, but it really does get easier. And I think the other coaches can agree that it becomes a habit. And what I tell, and my husband still thinks I'm crazy, but I can't go to sleep if I know I don't have my meal prep done. So if I know if I wake up, I need to make my lunch in the morning and I don't have my healthy protein, my carbs, and my veggies, it bothers me. Like I can't sleep at night. But now it's so easy for me because I can do it so quickly that there's no excuse. And it really does become a habit. Once you get used to doing this and you get a technique down, it gets super easy. And then really quickly, Kelly showed you the Fixate channel. I'm not a huge recipe person. I keep it super simple because it's easier for me that way. But I have to say Fixate has some amazing recipes that I've learned to use. So please go in there and don't be scared to use those recipes. And anyway, they're seriously, I think, like 5 minutes long. Like I'm making the apple and banana muffins tonight to have, and it takes me literally 5 minutes or less to make. So the recipes are super, super good in there.
And it's fun too because they have fun, healthy snacks. Because I know if you get bored with your food, you are going to be tempted to eat something bad. So if you're bored with what you're eating and Beth is very much a habit person. She likes her food very simple, but sometimes people get bored of that. So if you need like the flavor and like to mix it up, go into Fixate and find, like, they have like what I like to call meal makeovers. Like they have like chicken mole, like this really, like Mexican food, where they have a really healthy recipe for chicken mole. They actually have it was really good. It was a chicken banana curry that I made the other night. And it was only a protein and a carb. No, it was a protein and a fruit were the 2 containers. And it was delicious. It was like, it counted as 2 containers. And it was actually really easy to make. So good tips.
And also, like with my protein, what I tell people is like, I think I showed Katrina my crock pot chicken that you shred with the blender thing. You don't want to eat the same thing, but you can also take that protein, and I do a ton of different things with it. Do corn tacos one night, do salads, do healthy enchiladas. Like if you have your batch of protein and your carb, switch it up and do different things, but you're not going to be so stressed out during the week and exhausted when you get home because you have to make all this stuff.
Yeah, easy stir fries. Stir fries are super easy to make too. Yeah. Your protein.
Just throw it in. But if you have most of it made, you're going to find that your life is so much easier and you're going to be able to stay on track way better.
And if you're like Beth, you'll be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, I seriously have a problem with that, but it bothers me now. But if you guys do it, you will get like that.
Hey, Beth, can you hit stop sharing screen so we can see everyone a little bit bigger?
Okay,
cool.
And that's it for me.
Awesome. Okay, so Lisa, we're going to have you go over the 80-20 rule real quick. These are 3 goals that we're talking about that we kind of want you guys to focus on during this challenge. The 3 goals are the meal prep, the 80-20 rule, and then the last one Vanessa's going to go over with tips on how to balance back when you have a bad day or a bad week. So Lisa, take it away, girlfriend.
80-20 rule. So first of all, we're all human, not perfect. Okay. So what I try to do during the week is really stick to it. No alcohol, for example. Really stick to the plan if you're doing a 21-day plan and the portions. But on the weekend, there can be events, like we had a holiday last weekend. You might be invited to a barbecue. So you really want to, target 80-20. There's going to be times when you might be invited somewhere and you might have some things that aren't perfectly on the plan, but just jump back on, okay? Really strive to hit the plan 80%, even during the day. So don't stress if you don't hit it perfectly and give up. Just jump back on and give it another 80% the next day. So, again, the weekends are sometimes the hardest because that's when you might be getting together with friends or family. And so, really just keep that in mind. If you know you're going to be getting together for a barbecue that night, make sure you have your shake for breakfast or lunch and eat healthy for most of the day. So that's my 80-20 rule. That's what I kind of live by. So
awesome. It's a great tip.
Any questions?
Cool. It's a great rule to live by because like what Lisa said, we're not perfect. We like to go and enjoy, you can look at it as 80-20 where you're like maybe great during the week, as close to perfect as you can be, and then Friday night you're going to go out for dinner and you're not going to worry about it that night. That would be an example of an 80-20. What you don't want to do is just say 80-20 is 5 days on the week perfect and screw it on the weekend, because that's actually more like 50-50. Because to be honest, in 2 days, if you're just like, forget it, I'm not going to follow the meal plan, I'm going to do whatever I want on the weekend, you can eat back all the calories that you burned just in those 2 days. So it's really important to still be as good as you can on the weekends. And like what Lisa said, if you have a barbecue, if you're going out to dinner, and you have something like that, if you're in my networking group and you go out wine tasting, then you're good the rest of the week, So just find that balance. So awesome tips, Lisa. Thank you. All right, Miss Vanessa, you ready to take it away, girlfriend?
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Woohoo.
Woohoo.
All right. So,
you there?
Kind of off of.
Sorry, you froze for a second.
Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah, you're good. You're back.
Are you back? All right. Groovy. Awesome. Off of what Lisa was explaining. Am I good?
Yeah, you keep cutting in and out.
I just want to. Sorry, everything good?
No, you're freezing.
No.
Okay, it's like you stop.
Tell me when.
And then you come back. You stop and you come back. You're right now. You're good. Roll with it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So tips on how to bounce back. So we all, as Lisa said, we are all human, and we were going to have those times where our momentum, it throws us off track. So something that I've really loved about being a fitness coach are these programs and these accountability groups, because they are the reason why I have been this consistent since last June in my fitness and nutrition. So examples of falling off track would be skipping your workout 1 or 2 times a week, falling off of your meal plan, having too fun during the week, also of lack of preparation, and then skipping your shake. So first steps, first and foremost, do not think that you have failed. I've heard a couple of my challengers feel that because they have missed a day or a couple days even through the week, that they've automatically failed and they shouldn't continue. And I've literally got text messages of them kind of panicking about that. It's not, it doesn't matter. So check in with your coach. We are here for you. We've been there. I'm pretty sure I have a slip up at least once a month for sure. I would also suggest that you read over your whys. Why are you here? Why did you commit to this community and this accountability group? And something with your why is that it's not just going to be one thing. It may be one thing right now, especially if you're new to our accountability groups, but as you get through these accountability groups, your why is going to grow. It's going to blossom. You're going to find a lot of reasons to stick to it. So I have my little notes here so I don't get off track. Okay, so and also reflect on what threw you off, because you're going to find that there are patterns. Something that I found is that there's reasons why I personally fall off track. There's certain things that I don't do every week. If I don't do that, then my week's not so solid. It's not as consistent. So I do a lot of reflection when I slip up. And when you are addressing what happened and the issue that made you kind of slip up, adjust. Find what you need to adjust. Okay, so if I need to look a little bit deeper into my week or month so that I'm more prepared with having those healthy snacks, healthy meals, planning out your outs. The things are very helpful. All right. Try a different program from Beachbody On Demand. Sometimes if you are a little bit bored with it, you can just try something different, work a different muscle area, or a lot of them have, you're going to be working with weights rather than just body weight. So sometimes switching it up is good. So scheduling out the next couple. So when I go into my slump, what I like to do to kind of recharge my excitement is, okay, so I look at my schedule the next few days. I plan out my meals, I plan out my shakes, and I plan out the workouts, because then there is no excuse. I don't feel that kind of overwhelm of, or that guilt that I have kind of fallen off the track. I'm preparing myself. So I'm practicing those habits that I know and that we practice during these accountability groups, and I'm putting them into action. So I'm creating that, building back that momentum and that excitement. So plan out the meals, plan out your shakes, try some new recipes and workouts. Definitely recipes for your shakes and recipes for your meals. And also I'm going to be sharing with you tomorrow about my favorite snack grab bags. Because of my schedule, I need to get super clever. So I personally create snack bags so I can just grab them, because it happens far too often in my mornings where 7:15 comes around and I literally haven't done what I need to do to get out the door by 7:30. So these snack grab bags have been very, very helpful in those moments. So does anybody have any questions, or can I clarify anything that I went over? Good, groovy. All right, sweet. You're muted, Kelly. Were you saying something?
I was practicing your lip reading. I was like, why is everyone staring at me weird? I said, great tips, Vanessa. I like that. I definitely, the grab and go snacks are key for sure. Absolutely. And having them in like your purse or your bag. So in case you do have those emergencies where you're like, crap, I forgot my food, my blood sugar's dropping, you have something to grab and eat healthy rather than grabbing something unhealthy from the store.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, Beth, you going to take us home?
All right. Does anybody have any questions about anything that we covered from any one of us? Or if any of the coaches need to add anything? No?
Excited to get started. We have some fun little things in the app that that we added this round. So some fun daily challenges that that you're going to see each day, and some great tips and check-ins, and just to make it fun and easy is the point of this group. So we're really looking forward to having you guys all start tomorrow. So like Beth said, get that prepping done, that meal prepping done. Plan out your workouts like what Vanessa said, have those shake recipes, know what you're going to eat. And we will definitely post this recording in case you need to go back and rewatch it. And for those people who couldn't watch it, we will post it in Vimify. So awesome job. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Good luck, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.